G'day there. Welcome back to the RaeSide. It is very good to be back doing these shows, talking Star Wars, that has sort of become an ongoing series now. And this week we have the one and only from what do you call it? An Adelaidean. We have Jessie on the channel today. Adelaidean. There we go. There we go. Hello, Jessie. Welcome to the show.
Anna.
Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited that we're bonded together now through the life, through our experience. But I can't even remember. Have I had you individually on the show? I feel like many years ago. Is it actually?
Oh. I had you on my
channel.
channel. I think this is my first time. I've transcended from viewer to participant.
Yeah, damn. Well, there you go. Oh, your debut. Oh, even more exciting. I swear I had you on the channel before. Who am I thinking of then? Okay. Anyway. But yes, we are here today to talk all about our experience from the other week at Supanova, which is a convention here in Australia, Supanova Adelaide. And I'm so excited to talk about it because 101 things has actually happened somehow since that convention for myself. So I haven't really had time to debrief it all publicly. So Jessie, I mean, we went through this weekend really together. I mean, we knew that we were going to see each other and hang out and do this convention, but I don't think we really either of us knew how just we go through it together on this weekend, didn't we? It really evolved. Wow.
It did. We sort of we were just sitting down, just chatting shit.
Yeah. It was it was quite it was quite the weekend. But we'll get into all the details in just a moment. Saying hello to the chat. Thank you so much for dropping by, Master DB and Master CG in the house. We've got Dennis Crunkberger, Bird Church, Dizzy in the chat as well. That's true. I never found out. We did actually go back to go see. I was like, I want to check out the Rocket League again. And it just finished as we walked over there. I was like, okay, whatever. Okay, bye. So never found out. Never found out about that Rocket League. Yeah, we did attempt. Yes, that's true. But I guess we jumped straight into it because, there's so many sort of points that we need to hit on that we experienced over the weekend. We were pretty much together all day for both days, and had some cool times that we shared. So let's jump into it, Jessie. Let's jump into. I just think you don't even need an introduction. I didn't even intro your channel or what you do. I just realized, but people should know who you are. People should know who you are. Yeah. That's probably it. It's succinct enough.
Time to time. Yeah, I'm a little nerd. I make videos.
That's it. I feel like that's all you need to know, really. That's all you need to know. Start making Star Wars videos. But before we get into our experiences, are you wearing a Star Wars shirt over a hoodie right now? Is it that cold in Adelaide?
Yeah, it's freezing right now.
Damn.
Freezing. See, you got both sides of it here. The Saturday was warm, and then the Sunday is complete opposite.
Yes, that's right. It was very cold. Yeah, and that's what it was. That stormy Sunday. And then even the day I left Adelaide, it was 15 degrees, and then I flew back to Sydney, and it was no joke. It was 29 degrees in Sydney when I touched down. So I was like, "Oh my god, get these jumpers off me! This is literally double the temperature." It was horrifically warm in Sydney. Yeah. And then so different.
Where
so
I am,
different.
it's always 2-3 degrees colder as well than what it is in
Adelaide. Yeah, because you're just out into the country a bit more, hey? Country's not really country, it's suburbia, hey?
It was once upon a time, but now it's everything. It's built up and everything.
Yeah, that's it. Let's talk about this event, this Supanova. Saturday. Let's start with the Saturday. I was there on the Friday, but really not that much happened on the Friday. It was kind of, and I was explaining to you on the day where it was the Friday of the convention was sort of for school kids for some reason. Yeah. Where they bust in all these school kids to come and come to Supanova. So nothing really it happened, except for my my interview with Diana, which is on the channel, and that was such a great conversation. So many of you watched that. I really appreciate it. It was such a cool time meeting her in person for the first time. I'm sort of kicking myself that I didn't capture the moment that we met in person for the first time, because Diana is such an enthusiastic person and very enigmatic person that she was so over the top. I mean, Hannah, like, it was just like the accent, the just passion was so fun. So that was really fun. But yeah, the interview that happened on the Friday. But that was pretty much all that happened on the Friday. But then Saturday rolled around, and that's the first day that you rolled in, and we met up. Yeah. So what was your first impression of the convention? Yeah. When you first got there.
You nailed the Diana accent, by the way. That was perfect.
Thank you. I know. I've been working on it.
Yeah, so that was my third Supanova in Adelaide, I think, because 2 years before we had Tamura, a year before we had Anthony Daniels. So they always do get some very good, like, superstar talent. This year did seem a little bit quieter. I'm not sure if it was because it was more spread out. So they'd open, normally it was all done within the one hall, but this year they opened up that second hall where they had all the talent and the panels and that sort of thing. So I'm not sure if that's why, but yeah, it just seemed a bit more quiet, I guess. And yeah, so did I walk around and all that. Went through the artist alley, you know, saw Charles Soule there and all the Star Wars artists, and obviously John, Diana and Jim were all out in the superstar area. But yeah, the lineups for them, because at all the previous ones, I don't know if it's the same in Sydney, but at all the previous ones in Adelaide, we normally get one. Like I said, we had Tamura, we had Anthony, so all the Star Wars fans are concentrated on this one person. But this year, because we had a few bits of talent, yeah, it was almost like it was diluted, more spread out.
Where I went there.
It was more spread out. And yeah, so it sort of set us up, I think, for some pretty cool experiences. Yeah, but I mean, that was sort of, my first impressions, because like walk past Charles Soule, and I don't know if it's just because it's me and like I've read a lot of his things, but to me he's like a great, like he's a legend. Like he's written a lot of books, a lot of comics, and he's still got some things coming out. So I thought he would be quite busy. Like I thought there'd be a lot of people going up to him. But he was quite dead, and I was like, "This is great. This sets me up for an interview perfectly." And yeah, obviously you filmed that. We got that. That was pretty cool. He got his Vegemite taken away, though. He got his Vegemite taken away.
Yes. Oh, that was devastating. Discovered on Instagram yesterday that you can only You can only take 140 grams of like food or something. I was like, what? It's so specific.
I gave him and then it was 150. I went and checked. I gave him 150, and 140 was the max.
Yeah, absolutely shocking. I know, right? Yeah, that was so devastating revelation. But you gave him Tim Tams as well.
Yeah,
so he must have eaten those. Yeah,
I'm sure he got them. But yeah, sort of just that first walk around. They had a gaming area set up there too. So me and my girlfriend, like once we'd had a look around for a bit, we just sat there playing Mario Kart for an hour or so. That was great.
Did you actually? Oh, I didn't know that. That's fun.
Yeah, we played. Sort of just before we met up with you, because we're like, we've sort of seen everything now. I was like, I'll wait till Hannah gets here, do like the interview, and then we can go up and like meet the others. So I was like, and then I think it was an hour or so before John's panel as well that day. So we're like, we'll just kill some time. She loves Mario Kart, and I was like, we'll play Mario Kart. So we did that for a bit, then we went out, got some food, and then we came back in. Yeah, that was when we met up with you.
Yeah, and that was so great. It felt like I got flashbacks to Celebration Japan, like immediately. I was just like, oh yeah, this is right back in it. This is so cool.
The matching shirts as well, and
inadvertently matching shirts. That was so good, unbelievable. There's not too much to say about sort of the actual show floor. The show floor was very standard. I think both of us has sort of seen it all before when it comes to the show floor of the convention, but like we're saying, like it was more the guests that were there. That was like the big ticket, hey. So let's talk about your interview with Charles Soule. That we sort of oriented and organized that, and we were ready to go. I was very happy for you to take it and take the lead. You had your questions ready. It's really funny. Like interviewing you about this, but it's like I was there, so this is so interesting. But for the people that weren't there, what was, you know, like leading up to it? You know, we're about to get to Charles's table, and we go, "Hey, we're going to interview." He agrees. What was going through your head there? Because you were a tiny bit nervous, were you not? Tiny bit.
Very nervous. Very nervous.
Oh, so good.
Public speaking is not my forte, and then I've always like been like by myself at home speaking to a camera. I'm fine, but I find when I'm around people and I speak to a camera, I just feel like the biggest idiot ever. Like I just feel like I look like I think we were talking about that, like vlogging at Supanova.
Yeah,
like,
yes, so hard.
There's a lot of people doing it, but at Supanova, you know, it was probably us, and there would have been a couple others, but you didn't really see them, sort of thing. And yes, you just feel like the biggest idiot. But no, I was really lucky. Charles was lovely, and that's the same experience I've had with everyone I've met involved with Star Wars. They're all super, super lovely. And yeah, well, obviously, lucky enough, he said, "Yeah, we can do the interview." But dude, watching it back, the hardest thing was watching it back. I can listen to my voice, but I can't watch myself talk at the same time. It was bad to watch.
Yeah,
I know. And then two things, and I had a couple comments about it, but it stood out to me like a sore thumb as well. I was like, watching it back, I was like, I should have changed the display settings on my phone so I wasn't tapping it every 2 seconds to keep my questions up.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Yeah, right.
And then the other one was,
I
was trying to like be like I was, you know, very present and engaged with what he was saying. So everything he was saying, I was like, yep. I was like,
yes, I do that too. Active listeners, we're active listeners.
Yeah.
Shocking.
I was like, shut up. I was like, just nod and stay silent. I was talking. Just shut up.
It's so good.
Super lovely. Yeah, he was great. He answered all my questions. I even went back on the Sunday while we're sorting out details about what we did later that night. And spoke to him again because I think when we were talking to Diana the next day, you know, she was telling me, oh, he's got some Palpatine ideas and that sort of thing. So yeah, I was talking to him about that and just some more of his opinions and that on Palpatine and Vader and all that. And yeah, dude, he's lovely. He was awesome. On his Twitter and that, I'd always taken him as that sort of dry, sarcastic humor, which I love. Like that's me to a T. But yeah, no, he was lovely, man. He was beautiful. Super appreciative. Obviously, after gave him some Tim Tams and Vegemite that got confiscated. He saw my comic as well. Yeah, no, he was lovely. I think you could tell like I was really into his work as well. So yeah, I think he was appreciative as well. But no, that was awesome.
Yeah.
First interview with the Star Wars person out the way. But yeah, like when you started recording, like when we started, just mouth instantly dry. I was like, oh no.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. 100%. Oh, no. Yeah. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Yeah.
But we made it through.
And just to remind, if you're watching right now, also just hello, hey Lightning, and Black Hawk and JS popping in, hello. Just to go over, if you're not fully familiar with Charles Soule's work, I think I did this in this sort of prep Supanova show, but I'll do it again. Yes. This is sort of a brief. This is the main books he's done. Well, I think he's only done the High Republic book because the others has been short stories. He did one of the first, High Republic, Light of the Jedi, and then his comics is where it really is cooking. He's been doing comics since 2015, like so soon after, and that was he talks about this in a panel. He's sort of like how he got involved into Lucasfilm. And that was really interesting. I mean, it was very, very soon after Disney took over that he was really signed on. Because he was doing, did he say he was doing Marvel before he did Star Wars comics?
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. But he started with Lando, and then in 2017 began the very famous, very well-liked and very popular Darth Vader comic series, the 2017. It's kind of got that name now, like the 2017 Vader run is kind of like how people refer to it. So comic nerds really digging that one. Just but he, I wonder if it says it on this actually. Because he actually, yes, here we go. It was revealed fairly recently, April 22. Soule had been named creative consultant for Lucasfilm, which is really interesting. And he mentioned this a few times. I don't know if he said it in the interview or, I don't know, I just heard him say it a bunch of times. that he's in this role now as creative consultant, and that means he's not only for comics and publishing, but also for the TVs and subsequently movies, obviously coming out soon, which is so cool that he's kind of just going up that ladder. But good for him. It's showing how good of a storyteller he is. Hey.
Yeah, I'm the biggest promoter of those 2017 Vader comics. I know you said you don't like reading picture books, but if you ever get the chance, please read them. They are amazing. They are ridiculous.
Oh, I feel like would it be a good place to start if I've never read a comic?
That's where I start. So there's 3 Vader releases. There's 2015, 2017, and 2020. That's where I started. I read all 3 of those, and then I sort of from there. So I think so. But yeah, because that's what I probably had the same thoughts as you, because I first got into them after Ahsoka finished, because we had sort of that dead patch with nothing coming out. Yeah. And I keep up, like I want to stay involved. And yeah, so that was my thinking. I was like, I know there's a lot. Where do I start? So I just started with something I knew I'd probably like, and yeah, sort of went from there.
Interesting. Jay is coming in saying Vader comics is definitely something I want to get into. I'm expanding more into the comic world, and those Vader comics will be my starter. Yeah, sounds like they're a cool place to start. Yeah. Very interesting. Oh, Subby in the chat. You were in Melbourne when John was there? Oh, should have gone. I went to the Sydney one of that. I'll mention that in a little while. Actually, that was really interesting. Thank you, Black Hawk. Appreciate it. Have a great Aussie day. Thank you. We will. Is that every day? Is that not every day for us? I feel like that's every day for us then. But yeah, right. So that was Saturday. So that was that we kind of got that done, that interview done. And yeah, like you've been saying, you was John was straight after. That's right, because we went straight into it. Like we were like, okay, we got it, and then just like walked straight into John's panel straight after that. And that was cool. I enjoyed that, and I enjoyed the sort of panels that they do at Supanova, mainly for the fact that it's not too much just the host on a stage with them talking to them. It's pretty much 99% a Q&A with the crowd, which is really, really cool. Pretty much from the get-go, it's just like, all right, let's jump into, crowd questions. So that's really cool to see. Of course, there was some banger questions in there. A lot. They were pretty much all Star Wars, I think. There may have been one other one about his other work. They were all sort of Star Wars related and just all about his experience. And there were some really great questions. The one that was quite funny to me, there was someone in the crowd, because again, this is like only a week or two after maybe 2 weeks after the Hunt for Ben Solo stuff was just like blowing up. So of course there was someone in the crowd dying to ask him about it. And the person was just maybe a bit more shy, on the shy side, to sort of speak into a microphone themselves. So the host had to ask it for them. Yeah. But you could tell the guy that was emceeing and doing the hosting of the questions had no idea what the hell the Hunt for Ben Solo was. He was like, do you know anything about the Hunt for Ben Solo? It was so funny. He had no idea. But what was John's response? I'm just trying to remember. He had heard it.
He's like, something about that. He's like, what did he say? Yeah, it'd be cool or something. But he sort of was like, I don't really know what's going on with that kind of thing.
I think he made it sound like he only heard about it like through articles like that week, like, and he didn't know anything more, which might be true, but I don't know. I doubt it. I doubt it. But that, it's. But I after that, he obviously just, said a generic, like, he would love to see, like, Adam back as Kylo, like, and he loved him in that role, which, Adam did do a great job as that. I do think the movie pitch sounded very cool, but that's a whole other discussion.
That's a different thing.
Yeah. Was there anything else of John's panel that stood out to you that kind of just made you think something, or just made you realize something that you didn't know about him or the sequels?
Yeah, well, that was the first. Obviously, I knew he was a big Star Wars fan, but obviously he was talking about all, like, his big Star Wars collection and all that, like all the things he'd gotten from the movies, how he like was standing around getting Harrison to sign 1 billion things. Kathleen gave him sent him like a crate full of stuff, like merchandise, props, after he was done. So like, it's not just like, he's not just saying he's a big Star Wars fan, like he's a massive Star Wars fan. Battlefront 2, dude, he's massively into Battlefront 2. That was awesome.
Yeah, the fact that he
too.
still plays. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, a Bosque main? Like, why?
I've never
Like,
heard
really
of a
why, but yeah. Yeah,
what
but
was
he
it?
was very into that. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think overall, like, he's because I'd never like I'd obviously like seen bits and bobs of him like online and that. That was my first time like really listening to him talk for an extended period of time. Dude, he's such a chill guy. Like, he is really, really cool. That's probably like my biggest takeaway. But then obviously like he was talking about what it was like working with Carrie and that on set, which was pretty nice. Yeah, no, it was a good panel. And like you said, like the format they do it in, where they the host sort of talks the first 5-10 minutes, and then it's up to the crowd for the rest of the hour or so. I love that. It's really good.
Yeah, I do love that format because it just makes you more engaged, and it's just like, immediately makes it super relatable, just like everyone's kind of shooting their questions. Yeah, it was a good panel and good turnout too. It was pretty full. It was decently full of a crowd for him as well. But that was just, so heartwarming to kind of see him just getting some love. And, he talks about the 501st. Like, he's still so actively engaged with Star Wars fans. It's not just like, oh, yeah, that was a job, like, I took a decade ago. It was like, he's super engaged with it. He knows that, like, there's people that, like, there was I forget what question it was, but there was some sort of question about the sequels or fans, or, like, how did he, sort of learn to deal with negative fans or negative feedback of the movies and things. There was something about that question. And he answered it so eloquently, talking about, having to understand, where people are coming from, where their feedback is always because they love the thing so much. And then there was another question talking about, like, I think it was just like, would he come back to Star Wars? And he, again, a great answer of like, if the script is right, if it makes sense, if it's a complete arc, character development, like, yes, like, sort of, I think we took it in a way, at least like you and I took it in a sense that it was like acknowledging that the previous movies may not have had the best plan and did not have the best, sort of sequential conclusion. But he very diplomatically was like, if it's good enough, I will. Yeah.
We could read the lines.
Yeah, definitely. But it was, But, like, it was very much a panel that I feel like if you're not a sequel, and I mean, I think you're more not a sequel fan than I am. And I'm sure there was people in that crowd though that were like avid sequel haters and like would really hate the movies that were, I feel like, still there. And there was just something about the way he presents and the way he speaks that makes it so welcoming, and you want to listen to his experience of it.
100%. Yeah, big time.
Yeah. It was cool.
Because
it's very, very cool.
Obviously, not the biggest sequel fan. But I still have appreciation of sort of the hype, like especially the hype that was around that Force Awakens trailer and like the emotions that brought out and that sort of thing. Like, there's still good feelings towards aspects of them, but like obviously nothing inside the people involved with them at all. Like I love all the people that were involved with the projects. Yeah, John was amazing. John was super cool, and like, we'll get to like chatting with him a bit later. But yeah, he was amazing.
Yeah, that's right. Because I forget the chronological like timing of things. So, because what else happened on that Saturday? Is that where
I think we went. Did we go and sit down for a little bit, like just because outside the panel area was sort of just that bit where everyone was sort of chilling, and then that's between the panel area and where like all the talent is.
Yeah,
so, like,
that's right.
Like, staring at them, and then
we just stalked them for a couple hours.
Yeah. And then Diana came out, and I was like, well, I've got like an autograph token, so like we can go up there now. I think that was what we did, yeah. So we went up to Diana, because she was like dead. There was like no one there. And we went up there, went up to her, and obviously like she saw me, but then she saw you. She's like, oh, like Hannah, my girl. She's like, I'll be with you in a sec, because I don't think she. I was like, no, like I'm with her. Like,
I know. I'm like, oh no, this tall child is mine. I've brought him here. Oh yeah, that was funny. She was like, "Move off, fan." I was like, "No, easy." Oh, so good, so good. That was
fun. For what, 5-10 minutes? Got my things, got my pop sign. But yeah, we had a great chat for like 5-10 minutes. yeah, what did we? I was telling her like, about my dad's fascination, like Bruce Lee and that. So we're talking about that for a little bit. I'm trying to think what else I remember more about Sunday. What we spoke with her about. What else did we talk to her about on Saturday?
We talked about like her relationship with sort of Lucasfilm and working on the sets. Like we talk how they work in London, I think more now, and all these kinds of and working with Ray as well. Ray Stevenson, and so I think we talked a little bit about that there.
That's right.
Yeah, which is cool. Which is really cool.
Yeah, so we sort of chewed up her time. Then I think she had to go for photos. Was it that day she had to go for photos?
I think so. I think that's what. Yeah, they whisked her off to do those photos.
So she had photos, and then John's line was kind of quiet. So like, we may as well line up for John. So we lined up for John, and then we were like literally there was one guy in front of us, and that was us, and then they whisked him off for photos because I think they had duo photos that day. So we just hung around. I think we had to wait like 20 minutes or something, but like might as well. So we waited for John, and then John came back. We had a great chat to him for like 5-10 minutes again. He was so open and loving, and you gave him the koala with little. We love John. We love Finn shirt. Yeah, that was good. That was a good meme. Yeah, you talked about Battlefront with him. Yeah. That was not my bingo card for that day. That was amazing.
Yeah. He was super nice, super lovely.
But it was good just to like from me and you, we were just able to give him that love, and you could see it in his face. Like he was really appreciative, and that was beautiful. So, if we can be a small part of that, and maybe one day he might be open to coming back to Star Wars, then I think we did a pretty cool job. But it was really nice. You could tell he was super appreciative.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's like where I'm always going to be at with sort of the sequel stories and sequel characters is that, obviously there's two sides of the coin. There's sort of like a whole spectrum of people of how they view the sequels. And, a lot of people are just like, retcon, never speak of them again. But I'm very much in the middle of, I definitely identify the sort of missteps and misplanning and random story plots were just like dropped and thrown around and Palpatine, oh my God. I totally see that and can acknowledge that. But I'm also so in the boat of the characters that were established, I think were really good characters and I think just didn't have that development that they deserved. And I think Finn is obviously probably my number 2. My other number 1 would be Poe as well. But I think Finn is that character for me as well. So that's why it's like you just said, it's like it's so important. And I felt really important in that moment, hey, to just be like, we really appreciate you. We really love you in Star Wars. And like, we love what you gave. And because I'm quite keen for them to actually pick up the sequel characters of the stories that they didn't finish well, to be like, here's a story and an arc for them that actually is useful for this character and actually tells a story that's important. So I totally agree. I've
always thought of being big on John, like getting that, because obviously he was one of the ones that was pretty hard done by with his story arc and that. I've always super big in getting sort of like his own little redemption arc and becoming a Jedi or something like that. I'm pretty sure it was like one of the first videos I did on YouTube when they brought Daisy out at Celebration in 23.
Oh yeah, 23 that was
Yeah, so I did like a video. I was like, oh, what could they do in the Rey movie? And my whole my big thing was like, I want John to come back. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So I hope there you go.
Yeah, hopefully and that's what it's like. He's so engaged with fans, and that's such a good sign for people that hope he will come back and he'll have more of a story. Hey David, how you doing? Thank you so much for jumping in here. Before we go into our next day of Supanova, Mad Fred coming in saying, how was Adelaide Supanova compared to previous years? I've never been, so Jessie, how was it compared?
Good question, Mad Fred. Well, yeah, like I said before, it was probably like similar in attendance, but it just seemed like it was a little bit diluted because they'd opened up another hall. But the main thing I noticed was just how quiet the Star Wars talent was, because in previous years it's all been concentrated on like a Tamura or an Anthony Daniels, and they've had their own booth a bit bigger and like the line's been extended. But this year, it was very different. But I mean, it worked out well for us.
Yes, we got a bunch of time with both of them.
We got a bunch of time.
All 3 of them actually. Yeah,
but that was probably the main difference. Everything else like stock standard, like the setup was basically the same as last year, minus a couple small things. Basically same booths, that sort of thing. But yeah, they do really well with the talent they get, so that'll always keep me come back.
Yeah, love that. Love that. Yeah, good answer. Good answer. Saturday. Oh, also, do you want to hear really sad? Oh wait, what?
Oh, I was going to say, did you? Because the end of Saturday was sort of where we planted the seed for potential with Diana.
Yes,
but I don't know if chronologically where's all with you. What you were going to say?
Yes, well, this was sort of, it can go anywhere, but it's a really sad revelation I had on the day I flew out. I was, packing my bags, getting ready for the flight, and as I'm packing everything, I've got everything, yep, all good. I realized as I was packing, I do not have my lightsaber mic. I have the actual technology. I have the mic still. I have my lapel mics and everything. But I have, in somehow of this weekend, lost this, the saber that I used for like the interviews and things? I have somehow either lost it at Supanova or I lost it at the hotel. I am so devastated. But I have no memory of where I could have put it or when I lost it. So I actually, last week I had to ring up the hotel. It was super embarrassing, being like, do you have a lost and found? And they were like, no, like, they said like, yeah, like, what have you lost? Like, we'll put it in with house cleaning. And I was like, I've lost a plastic lightsaber that is a silver lightsaber. They're like, oh, okay, like we'll have a look. And then I did the same thing with like the Adelaide showground. I had to ring them and be like, I lost a lightsaber last weekend. Have you been handed in a lightsaber? Yeah, so both of those, like the hotel and the showground, I've just like left my info with them to be like, please have it. But I was super sad because that lightsaber was like one of my very first Star Wars things I've ever owned. I got it when I was like 11. I have had it since then. I've had it for 15 years and I'm like, oh my God, if I've lost this thing, I'm going to be so sad. So yeah. Are you mad to the channel? Yeah, mad to the channel. I mixed up your name in the comment, lol. You're new to the channel. Yeah, you got to check it out. The Diana interview, I use it. I've used it in some other videos as well. But I know. People love the lightsaber mic. I know. I'm so sad about it. It's devastating. Anyway.
Picture. Ashley's beautiful.
That's good. She's great. I hope she comes to Australia, actually. Actually, when in Japan, side note, in Japan, when I got my photo with her and her husband was there, I said something about being like, oh, you should come to Australia. Would love to have you, like some sort of Australia thing. And then her husband was like, we're working on it. Like we're talking to someone now. And I was like, oh, please come. So I don't know. That was earlier this year. So maybe next year.
That'd be cool.
But anyway. There you go. Star Wars closet. Maybe you're in the closet for Jessie. Love that.
You can put it out for me.
So good. Yeah, that's okay. You can come out there. You can come out for him. Yeah, they are beautiful, aren't they? And then yes, okay, back to the convention. Saturday. This is where we plant the seed for the idea of going out to dinner with Diana. We shoot our shot. I sort of had previously been sort of trying to talk to her managers and who I've previously been in contact with for the previous interview, being like, hey, I promise I'm not a weirdo. Please let me take Diana out to dinner. And they were super lovely, but I just, obviously she was kind of just flying solo for this convention. So I was just like, hey, we're free tonight if you're free tonight. And she was like, maybe that would be like so fun. And she was just kind of super polite about it. And we didn't know what to do with that. We were just like, do we hold on to that hope? Are we just being weirdos for like loitering and waiting? But we ultimately decided like, let's just leave it to fate kind of thing. And maybe we should just go out on our ways for the Saturday night. And that's what we did. And that's okay. And then she didn't, I think that night she did have pretty bad jet lag, she said. So that's totally fair. And so sort of that was that. And we parted for our Saturday. Anything else to add to that before we jump into the Sunday shenanigans?
I don't know if I said it to you on the Saturday or the Sunday, but for some reason, I don't know if it was like, I'll be meeting up with Hannah, she's obviously done stuff with Diana before. I don't know why, but we were, and we both said, like, I said it to you, I think, and then you're like, I thought the same. I was like, for some reason, I woke up this morning and thought, we're going to go out to dinner with Diana. Don't ask me why, but it just popped into my
so
head.
confident. Yeah.
I know. I was like, I don't
Yeah.
know why. Like, I have no idea. But for some reason, it popped into my head. And I said that to you, and you were like, I had the same thought. And then, we'll sort of like, because we're about to leave. Do you remember? Like, we're about to leave before you went up and up.
It was like 5:30, like almost at the end. Yeah.
And we were like, you're like, oh, should I not? It was a lot of back and forth. And then you're like, we would like, you know, when are you going to get this opportunity again, kind of thing. And we're like, oh, okay, we'll go up and do it. And then, obviously you spoke to her, and then we sort of left it a little bit, didn't we? We're like, oh, we'll hang around the city. Like, we went out for dinner, and we're like, oh, if she calls, then she calls. If not, then, you know.
Yeah, that's okay.
It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But at least we gave it a shot. And obviously, it didn't quite happen. But
was
it the next day? She's like, I went to have a nap or something, and then woke up at like 2 a.m. or something.
Yeah. I think she was pretty fried, because I think she only flew in on like the Thursday or Friday, and then just And coming to Australia, like you need like 3 days to adjust for jet lag. Like same with us going anywhere else. Like other than Japan, everywhere else we need like 2 business days to recover the jet lag to like get into the States or something.
I remember when I came back.
That's fair.
I was cooked for a few days.
It was. You get fried. It is brutal. Oh, like almost at Ahsoka level, DB. Like I'm so upset. I am so devastated. I've like had that. I have had that lightsaber since that Ahsoka like episode came out, like season 5 of Clone Wars. When was that? Like 2012. I've like had it since then. Oh, devastating. Devastating.
It's a key part of Rey lore.
I know. Yes, it's the Rey lore. Yes, of course. Also, hello, Rossi. Welcome into the chat. I am a weirdo. I really am. Fact.
We felt like, wait until Sunday.
I know. Sunday, all we did was fucking loiter and watch these people in the most respectful way possible. We were just like, let's just hang out and look at John Boyega. That's pretty much what we did for 6 hours.
It was basically. It basically was.
There was Diana had a panel on, which was fun. Yes, that was a good time. Again, same setup. It was kind of in this open room, decent little crowd for her, and it was straight into Q&A, and that was super fun. There was lots of like martial arts questions. There was lots of Bruce Lee questions, and obviously a lot of Ahsoka. And she talked a lot about like how they filmed Ahsoka, which was also great to hear. A lot about the volume and when they filmed and Night Sister stuff, and it was really, really cool to hear her talk. Similar, same thing, same sort of question. Anything that stood out to you about her panel that you remember, that a question or something that really was like interesting to you?
There was a few things like just about like Bruce, like, because I obviously don't know, like I know who Bruce Lee is, but I don't know a lot about like his martial arts background, like in depth and that. And some of the questions, like his way of thinking that with martial arts and the way he combined like a bunch of them to sort of make his own kind of thing, I thought was really cool. But she's so lovely, man. She's just like, and I say it about everyone, but she's like ridiculously nice. Like, just the most 100%. Lovely person. That's she was so like passionate to talk about, and even like when she talks about all her experiences as a like actor, director, or like just any production, like she loves talking about the collaborative parts of her work. And like obviously a lot of Ahsoka talk, like she was very in depth about how it was to work with Dave and John and all the other actors. And like you said, she was just like super lovely and super like, oh, I love these people, I love what they do, which was cool. This is really, really cool. I was gonna say the other thing I remember was her talking about how Dave found her because of that independent indie movie she did like 15 years ago in 2010 or something. And Dave just what do you type in, like badass female martial artist or something? And,
yes,
like,
that's it.
Something like that one. Just
so
on Mad Fred's comment as well there, because she said weaponry is like one of her like specialties as well, didn't she?
Yes. She's like trained in like martial arts, like weaponry, so that's why she's like so good. Oh, that's so. I want to be her when I grow up. She's so cool. She's so cool, man.
She's amazing.
Like I kid you not, the flight home, I was like, should I sign up to like karate or something. Like, should I? I was like, should I do martial arts? I feel like I should do it, right? Because I was like, I want to be her. Yeah.
It's cool that she can have such an impact on people, though, that it makes them want to go out and like try that sort of thing, though.
Yeah, because she's like again, respectfully, like she's like fit and badass, and she's talented. Yeah. Like she's really cool. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Oh yes. We'll pause and Diana chat for a second for this comment.
Yes.
If you haven't seen it, I think I posted it. Try to post it everywhere. Of this recreation of this George Lucas eating his plate of noodles. Yes, iconic photo, and of course it's for some reason in Adelaide. Shame on Jessie for actually not having this idea and taking this photo first. Like, why have you not done that? But you got it now. But thank you. Yes, I'm just so surprised it was so similar of a photo. But yeah, no, that was really funny to find. But thank you, Stefan. Appreciate it. Thank you, Logic Blast. That great name as well. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, boom. There we go. Female Karate Kid. Watch out. That's what's coming next. Boom. But yeah, again, her panel was just awesome, heartwarming, beautiful. This is gonna sound like a lie, but Jesse's here and he heard it in the panel as well. And this is why I'm so annoyed not being able to record these panels. They're super strict on it. I feel like in the States, they're so relaxed about it and everyone films like any Hayden panel or Ewan panel, like everyone films any panel. They are so strict at Supanova. They will like hunt you the second you have your phone out. You might not even be on the camera app, but if you're just like on a text message, they're like on you being like, what are you doing? Do not take any footage of this panel. So I don't have any verified footage of this. But at a certain, I'm trying to think of the context of why she brought this up. But at some point in the panel, she was answering a question, something about, I think she was just referencing that she had told me about this. But in the panel, in an answer, she says, has anybody heard of the RaeSide? And you better have been that one person that whooped. I think there was like one or two people that were like, oh. You know what? It was probably just you and me.
I don't remember this happening. No, it did happen.
How dare you? Oh my God, don't make me sound insane. And she was like, yeah, has anybody like heard the RaeSide? Like I told her about, like on her podcast, like I said this, and like she just like talked about how we've spoken about it. And it was just so surreal because I was just like, because we were sitting apart that at that panel because I think like we came in like just as that was on. And I like was like, do I do something? Like she's like on a stage right now and just like mentioned this channel. Like what do I be like, that's me? Like what? Hello. I know. I felt like I needed to like do something, but it was very funny, but very, very surreal being like, oh my God, that's literally a Star Wars actor and she's quoting my channel on a stage. That's so weird.
It was pretty cool.
Being like, frick you, Supanova, for not letting, because I don't think they even film it. I mean, we can't film it, they can't film it, so I don't think the evidence is anywhere. But hopefully, I wish I could like find just like a random that was at that panel to like verify it, to be like, she said that, right? Anyway, that boosted my ego a bunch, made me feel really great. So I still feel great from it, which is very cool. But that was the Diana panel.
Yes.
Anything else from that? I'm trying to think of anything else that happened in that panel. It was just so cool.
Yeah, I think that was everything I took from it. And then we met up and sat outside and stared at a bunch of people. Yeah, and then that's where, and you know what? That's like half of like, you know, when you talk about like Star Wars Celebration, going to conventions, and sort of all these like in-person experiences you can have. That's almost more than half the fun of it. Is meeting the people in person. So obviously it was super fun for us. Like we're both Aussies. We met in Japan. We haven't actually met each other in Australia. That was even better. And then we just spent 6 hours sitting on the floor. We ate some pretzels and we talked about like every single aspect of obviously life, but then of Star Wars. Like we were just like debriefing, like, you know, stuff from content and making content, and then also just like being like, oh, what if this show was like this? And that was so fun. Hey, we just shoot the shit for like hours. Yeah, we should have streamed it actually. That's a great point. Great, thank you. Yeah, but yes, it's
half the fun of being a Star Wars fan is meeting people through it. Hey,
100%.
It's so cool.
100%.
It's so cool.
100%.
Yeah, and then that was pretty much sort of the Sunday. We did as both very, I think, empathetic people and also kind of nervous people. We were very much in just umming and ahhing whether we should go up to John Boyega again.
Yeah.
We spent like half an hour being like, do we go say hello again?
Yeah.
Oh, that was unreal. Unreal. We could not decide.
Yeah. And then we sort of like slowly, like we stood up, we're like, okay, here's the first move. And then we like sort of just walked, because like no one was in that line. And so we were just like, we sort of, and like, this is what we were saying. I don't think you'll see this anywhere else, but John Boyega was sitting down and there was not a line for him. Like there was not a single person in that line. And we're like, you're never going to see this ever again. And so, we sort of like were hanging around the back of his line, and he sort of made eye contact with us. We waved at him, he waved back.
We were like babies. Oh my God.
It was like, you're like
fangirls.
Like a shy guy about to go up some girl at high school and ask her out or something.
That's exactly the energy. That's exactly the energy we had. Oh my God.
We're like trying to act like we weren't looking at him. We're sort of just like talking to each other, like, should we do this? Should we not? Then we got to Diana first, or John.
Yeah. I think we spoke to Diana again.
I think we did, because their tables were right
briefly.
next to each other.
Yeah.
And so you were talking to Diana. I looked at John, and then he was like, what am I meant to be doing? I was like, oh, we could chat. He's like, all right. So we spoke about Battlefront for a little bit again. Then he got whisked off because he had to get photos done again. Then obviously like you're talking to Diana.
Yes, and then this is where obviously this sort of just incredible moment happens where I don't know if this should be public knowledge, but that's okay. If they can let me know if I shouldn't have said this, but she asks me for my phone number, which I happily oblige. I happily go, Diana Lee Inosanto, you can absolutely have my personal phone number. And I do indeed just that. And I put my number in her phone, which is crazy. I'm in the same phone book as Dave Filoni probably. So that was sort of crazy. So that was still cool. Maybe she deleted my number. No, I'm pretty sure she didn't. Maybe I should. Should I text her? I don't know. It's so good. And she was like, yeah, let's hang out after this. Like, let's catch up. Let's have, grab a drink, go, have some food. I was like, yeah, let's go. Like, we'll figure out where to go. Just like hit us up like after this. And she was like, cool. She was just like so obliging and so happy to. Yeah. So yeah, I think at that point it was like right at the end of the day. We do another goodbye to John, just another like, thanks so much for coming out. Thanks for coming down under. Like, it's a long way. Appreciate you. Did it, kind of little fangirling again. And then we leave. Yeah. And that's sort of, we're like, we might be going out to dinner. Like the other kind of foil in this plan.
I was going to say,
was
also
yeah, because this is the Sunday night. This is the final day of the convention. I obviously knew it was the final day of convention, so I have been checked out of my hotel for the day. I checked out that morning, and my flight was booked for 2 hours' time. This was at 5 o'clock that this happened, and I was flying out at 7 o'clock at night. And Diana Lee has my phone number now, so I'm like, I need to organize the shit out of my life to right now to change everything to be here for this moment. So we sort of like walk back to the hotel I was staying at, and I like rebook a room for another night, and then I book my plane ticket, but that we won't go into how insane that was. I'll play that down of how much I didn't melt down and didn't freak out, but it worked out in the end. That's all we need to know. There was a moment there where I thought I was going to be like sinking like $650 to have this dinner, but it didn't turn out that way, so it's okay. It's all fine. It's all fine in the end. There was about an hour of I'm gonna die, and Jessie was like there being like, what do I do? Hannah's gonna maybe die.
My girlfriend trained me well.
Yes, very much so. But then, in the midst of all that, Diana does indeed ring up and talking on the phone to stuff. Like, it's one thing to interview them in virtually. It's one thing, and now you experience this. You know this feeling. It's one thing to interview someone in person and meet them in person and be like, "Hi, I'm Jessie. Hi, I'm Anna." Like, it's one thing to have that. To have a Star Wars actor on the phone to you on your I'm on a telephone being like, "Hello, Diana." Like, that is so bizarre. That was so odd. So cool.
I was gonna say, it's not like you called them. You pulled the phone out of your pocket, and Diana, Lee,
hang
and
up.
Inosanto. Yeah,
Diana's ringing. Let me just take this. That was such a surreal moment. And
sitting down, so we're trying to.
Oh, that's right. Yes. We're outside. It's bucketing. It was just. I have lost all the money in the world. I'm never getting out of Adelaide, but I'm about to go to dinner. It was just crazy. It was so chaotic of an experience. But essentially, again, it kind of all worked out. It panned out. We decided where to go for dinner. I just was like, block up these feelings of, oh my God, how am I getting out of the city? And let's go to dinner. And that is what we did. And then, we went to dinner. We went to dinner with Inosanto. We were gone for almost 3 hours. It was incredible. She was very gracious with her time. It was just unreal. I mean, we kind of talked before we went live, and we said, I think there's something sort of really special about the experience that we had with Diana that was so remarkable that we kind of won't go into the details of the conversations, and obviously to kind of just keep that really special 3 hours between the three of us. But in a summary, it was just wonderful. We just talked industry and the love of Star Wars and everything in between. It was unreal, wasn't it? Does that sum it up, Jessie?
Yeah, that's pretty good to me. There was one point she went to the bathroom. We sort of just looked at each other like, "What is going on?"
That's right. That was funny. We were just like, "What the fuck is happening? What are we doing here? How did this happen?
What are we doing right now?"
Yeah.
I don't know if you did this, but when I got home, I just went onto Ahsoka and I just watched Morgan Elsbeth. Was like, we just had dinner with her. What is going on?
That's really funny. Yeah. I remember I should have done that, but I think for days we were both still in awe. And yes, you know what? That's also when she just excused herself for a moment. I leaned over to Jessie. I was like, "Jessie, we gotta pay for this." And you know what? I'm gonna publicly claim this because I was like, "Jessie, you pay for it. You look cool." To this day, I haven't actually paid him back, so let's publicly air that. So keep me accountable, okay? I gotta pay this guy half eventually. But I was like, "You pay because I'll get you more points as well." And then I'll pay you half after this is over. But we gotta shout her. I know she's a Hollywood actor, but we're paying for this.
She went to shout as well.
Yeah,
she did go to shout.
She did. Yes, credit her. She was very much going to pay. We're like, no. We went and got Chinese food. We went to a lovely Chinese restaurant. It was really good.
I didn't even know it existed, but I'm definitely going to go back there. That was awesome. That was a great spot.
I was thinking that. I was like, I feel like you got to go back there and just be like, this is the table that we were at.
Yeah. No, I'll definitely go back. That was a good spot.
Oh, but so good.
We walked, obviously we walked there. We got in the door, and she's just sitting there waiting for us. And she just gives us the biggest hug in that. I was like, this is amazing. What is going on?
Yeah. It was so surreal to even recount, really. It was just such a magical time. And then it was it was the walk after, it was, maybe another 20-minute walk back to my hotel that we were simultaneously in complete silence. And that silence was broken every 5 minutes by one of us being like, what the fuck just happened? How the fuck did we do that? And then we'll be silent again, and we're both just walking, and it's just 10 o'clock at night. We're just walk along being like, what was that? That was crazy. It was crazy. Yeah. We both are. Yeah, I signed off the Instagram post being like,
nice.
your night sister, night brother. Yeah, was that good? Was that nice? I was like,
that.
It was
Nice.
nice.
And then she commented on it as well. Did you see that?
Yes, yeah. I was like, this is so crazy. This is so weird.
So beautiful.
But yeah, and that was sort of the experience of Supanova. Then we went on our ways. You went back home. I stayed in this crazy chaotic situation of like staying at the hotel like again, getting the flight back home the next day, and sort of that was Adelaide. That was Adelaide experience. That was Adelaide. But yeah, chat. Thank you for all sort of the questions. Do you have any more questions about either of our experiences or anything we've mentioned about Supanova? Drop it in the chat. Right now, it was magical. I think that's it's probably my keyword for it. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like we should do that or something. Or like
I'll go back then. I'll do it for us. I'll carve it
carve all three of our names like in the table.
I'll do it in the
below it or something like underneath. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. That's great. But yeah, definitely it's like just her connections, like just the way she was like talking about like Rosario, like Ro, and like she would just like so casually just like talk about everyone. It was like, oh, this is so cool.
We're just sitting there like, and she's every time she was talking, she's like, stop me if I'm talking too much. We're like, just keep talking, just keep talking.
Yeah, we're so fine. Yeah, I did find that funny. She was like, sorry, we're talking.
I was like, you have amazing stories. Just keep going.
Yeah. It was unreal.
And we could have stayed
did any
longer,
merch make its way home?
We got kicked out.
That's right. We really did. Yeah, that restaurant was like, you're done. And it was like, it's 9:30. Calm down.
Relax.
Yeah, we did kind of get ushered out. Hey, did any merch make its way home? What did you buy? You bought something, didn't you? Did you buy a pop or something?
I bought a Finn one because if I didn't have a Finn one, I was just gonna get a photo signed. So I got a Finn pop signed. I got my Morgan Elsbeth pop signed. I got one of the Vader 2017 comics signed by Charles Soule. I think that was everything I got. Everything I got. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
you gave Diana a cap though. That was pretty cool.
Yes, still got the cap. Which I'm actually literally going through making sure that this isn't actually a copyright infringement, but I'm hoping to actually start selling these because I only made two, one for me, one for Diana, but I've gotten a lot of people saying this is a cool hat. And I was like, actually it really is a cool hat. But I'm just making sure, I can use this phrase. But yes, this is the hat we have. So I kind of came back with less, if anything, because it's like I gave her a hat, I gave them the koalas, and I lost my sacred lightsaber. So I came back with less technically. I don't think I bought anything at the con though. Yeah, I didn't buy except for the pretzels. But I ate those.
Yeah, that's a cool cookie. Cookie.
They did. Yeah. Don't mention it. I didn't get one for Tilly. Don't mention it.
Sauce.
I love it. Lurpy, welcome to the chat. But you gained a lifelong friend. Yes, I think we did win. I think we won. Taking home that experience with Diana. I think we won. From that. It's. I also just want to talk about, seeing as we're sort of talking about John Boyega in this conversation as well. That, like I flew home. It was like Monday night, and then it was on the Wednesday night. John had been doing this sort of kind of like tour of Australia where in sort of the major cities he's been doing a, kind of meet and greet, Q&A, audience Q&A, and then a showing of one of his very first movies, Attack on the Block, I think it's called. I always forget, is it Attack the Block or Attack on the Block? I think it's On the Block. One of his first movies, it was like 2011, I think that came out. And anyway, that was in Sydney, so I did the back home here, and that was really, really cool, really, really great. Again, he had like the same swagger and energy. He was just like so happy to be there. Of course, obviously from the Adelaide trip, I was like too much of a brokey to like pay for like getting the dinner with him. But obviously just, going there and seeing the Q&A, seeing him, was really fun and really cool to see him again another time. But yeah, it was, interesting the movie because obviously, yeah, like I said, there was a Q&A with him, and then he goes and sits at the back of the cinema. He's like in the room with us still. He sits at the back with his wife and watches the movie with us, which was so funny. And we all watched Attack on the Block, and pretty good movie. And it's cool seeing such a young John. I mean, he looks exactly the same now, but it was just cool to see. I haven't seen any of his other work, so that was my first non-Star Wars John Boyega watch, which was neat. I forget. Have you seen that movie? Have you seen that?
I haven't seen it. I
Yeah.
kind of want to see it now because he did talk about it a little bit in the panel. Yeah, I kind of do want to watch it now. What is it? It's a sci-fi comedy horror. What a mix.
You know what it is? And because Tilly was with me and she came and saw it too. It's pretty much Stranger Things. It's pretty much the original Stranger Things. It's a group of teens. Oh my God. Who are you?
There's so much I haven't seen.
Actually, even Diana was sort of roasting you a little bit on that. She was like, "You haven't seen Game of Thrones?" Like, "Oh my God, Jessie!" Like she was giving you
dropped her cutlery, and she's like, "Watch Game of Thrones." I was like, "I'm watching Dexter."
Yeah.
My husband would be proud of you.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. But yeah, she was like, "You haven't seen anything," but yeah, man, you gotta see. I've seen Stranger Things. That's like hard to do. Okay, well, it was group of teens, and then an alien, scary looking alien comes and like attacks them. So it's kind of meant to be kind of funny, but it is pretty gory. Actually, I will say that it was a pretty gory movie. But yeah, it's interesting. That's okay. Welcome back, Skywalker's Academy. I just want to jump back to a few questions that I accidentally skipped over. Just in regards to meeting Star Wars people. Met Ewan 3 weeks ago, and we'll meet Tamora next December. Make sure you say the RaeSide says hello, and that I can't wait to see him again. My best friend Ewan. Yeah, Tim. He'll know. He'll be like, why would you talk to her? He'll probably say that. But that's really cool. Ewan is on like the top of my list. Now, because I've had my photo with Rosario and Hayden, I really want to get a photo or just the signing with you. And he's top of my list. Have you met him? Did you do that at Japan? No, he wasn't at Japan. Was he at Japan? No.
I remember he had a play on at that point, so everyone sort of knew.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's not doing a surprise appearance. Yeah. Pacific Rim. Yes, that's his other big movie. He did something else. What else did he do? He did another big movie that was kind of popular. Something else. Madfred, this seems to be the only channel to drop a video of Adelaide's Supanova for 2025. Well, you got actually two channels because Jessie dropped a video of it as well. So head over to Jessie's channel. He's got some stuff over there. But the thing, it is very funny doing the Australian conventions. This is just, I don't know if you found this, but I found this experience because we're Star Wars specific and we're like, this is OzComic-Con 2023. And then someone who wants to see the convention but not Star Wars stuff is like, why is this not everything? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I just only care about Star Wars. I don't care. It is very funny. It's like, I don't know. That's right. They do have a lot of Doctor Who stuff.
I haven't seen Doctor Who. I'm a Star Wars nerd, so
yeah. Commander Jet, actually, you know what? Manfred, you are actually earning me here. I should actually have his channel linked in the description, which I'll fix right now. I'll drop it in the in the chat so you can see it. But if you typed in Commander Jessie, he's like the first thing that comes up. But here's the link if you don't want to do that as well. I'll put it in the chat right there. But yeah, you can check out his stuff. He does a lot more sort of lore stuff as well. This is where you come for if you want insane Star Wars content on this channel, on my channel, but then if you want proper lore content, and obviously Adelaide stuff, go to Jessie's channel.
I don't have Tanner's personality, so I have to mask it with lore and pictures and things.
I don't have personality. Mask it with lore. That's really funny. That's so good. Yeah, you know what? Actually, I think someone else asked previously, who else should we do we want to see and stuff? That would be amazing. Put that on the list. Getting Hayden out here, and then two, we'll do the same thing. Being like, Hayden, do you want my phone number? Let's go out for dinner.
I'm pretty sure I just paint on the spot. because there was at one point I get really shaky sometimes, and there was one point I had to serve Diana like the food, and I was like, I didn't shake. I was like really impressed with myself. I'd probably just drop or I would drop just everything if it was Hayden.
Seeing
everything. Table would somehow get flipped. Like
Bill. Oh, sorry. Whoa, oh my god. Yeah. I totally agree.
Just faint. So,
totally agree. Yeah, so good. I think there was. Let me just skip back for a second. Piper asked the question: any other Star Wars actors who you want to meet one day? Who's on your list of who you haven't met that you would like to?
Well, obviously I met Hayden, but I need to redo it. I need a better experience. So Hayden's like up there just to redo it. Obviously nothing like crazy, like Ewan McGregor, Mark Hamill. I did see somewhere recently they are going to announce his like convention schedule soon, Mark Hamill. So obviously it'll just be in America, but one day hopefully. Those are probably the top three, but obviously like there's the rest of the Clone Wars cast and that sort of thing. But I did tick off a lot of them at Celebration, because I had Sam Witwer, there's Ashley, there's Rosario. Who else did I meet there? Obviously Hayden. Trying to think if I met anyone else there. Oh, Ahmed Best. That was pretty cool. Ian McDermott. Cool. Oh, obviously Ian McDermott, 100%. Ian McDermott. Yeah, that'd probably be the top four, because I was able to tick off a few at Celebration.
Yeah, I could see Ian McDermott coming to Australia one day. Actually, I could definitely see him coming.
Yeah,
because I feel like if Anthony Daniels can make it out here, and he came last year, like I feel like. I don't know why, but I assume he is like friends with Ian for some reason. I'm surely he could give the good word about being in Australia. I don't know. Yeah, so good. Natalie Portman, she does like it here in Australia. I think she holidays here quite a bit. Holidays and has worked here before as well.
Yeah.
Sam, he doesn't really do the conventions, does he? I don't think I've seen him on the rounds.
They would be on the
list.
Fun. They would be on the list, but they're just never at them. So I just didn't bother.
That's so fair. Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. But that'd be great to meet him.
It'd be pretty insane.
Cool people. Natalie is pretty high for me. Yeah. She would be like my Hayden, I think, for you. As much as I do adore Hayden, but like I would faint. I would be like would be unconscious if I like got to like have a conversation with her. I'd be like incredible. So incredible. Star Wars, absolutely wild.
Beautiful.
But that was our experience, Supanova. I mean, I feel like we still have more to chat about before we, even think about closing out the show, because again, it's a very quiet time for Star Wars, but there's, sort of some, things moving about. Visions came out. Did you end up checking out Visions?
I've never watched Visions because it's like I've never been a big anime guy, and it's not canon. So I'm I've got nothing against Legends. I'm reading a Legends book right now, but it doesn't really strike a chord with me. But I've heard is Vision Volume 3 or whatever they call it. That's meant to be good, isn't it? From what I've seen, I've heard fairly good things from it. Yeah, I think people. Hang on, but didn't mute. I was trying to mute before I sneezed. Damn it. I've heard good things from it. And I think people are saying it is worth quite a look. But Andre I think it's... Watch it, man. I love that. Just watch it. Do it. But I think... What's tomorrow? Actually, tomorrow I've actually scheduled to do a little bit of a watch party. I'm not actually sure how much I'll actually get through, but I'm thinking of doing a watch party. I really wasn't going to watch it because I'm in the same boat as you. I'm just like, anime doesn't interest me, and non-canonical things do not interest me in the slightest as well. But people are saying they're cool short stories, so I'm like 99% probably going to do a watch party tomorrow for as many of them as possible. I think there's 9 from memory, 9 shorts. But yeah, should be cool. Another sort of thing happening now. Master of Evil comes out. It is out today. I think was it yesterday for us? I feel like because we get it maybe a little earlier. But I've got it on Spotify right here. Yeah, Spotify. It came out at 6:30 my time, 7:00 your time. There we go. I had it scheduled. Yeah, there we go. That's cool. Have any of you started it? Have you like heard? I've started it. So it's done a bit differently. It's done. Just let me nerd out for like a minute here. So it's done. So the basis of it. I'm going to grab a drink while you do this. Yeah, I got you guys. I won't bore Hannah. Yeah, so it's done. The basis of the story comes from an arc in the 2017 Vader comics done by Charles Soule, and the arc is where he gets his lightsaber. He kills a Jedi, takes a Jedi's lightsaber, and he has to bleed the kyber crystal. And when he bleeds it the first time, it rejects him. Sort of just showing still a bit of good in him. He hasn't completely fallen to the dark side. Because when you bleed a kyber crystal, it's a really difficult process. You got to really pour your emotions and your hatred and your anger and everything into this kyber crystal. You got to make it feel it so it bleeds. And the first time he tries to do it, it rejects him. He gets thrown against a wall, and he goes on these visions and that. But obviously, there's some other things that probably happen in this comic at that time we don't quite see. But that's the basis of this story, because it's saying that process showed him this power, and so then he embarks on this journey to find this power. He's finding this fourth shaman that can bring the dead back or something. And so that's the basis of the story. Obviously here in Australia, it takes a million years for us to actually get stuff from America. So I don't actually know when I'll get the physical copy of the book, but yeah, I started listening to it on Spotify yesterday. But I think it's told, because when he goes on this mission, Palpatine sends his Imperial Guards and that along with him to accompany him. It's told, from what I've been seeing, it's told from the perspective of one of these guards, because this guard has a really big investment in Vader in this mission for some reason. But yeah, apparently it's told from the point of view of this guard watching Vader for a lot of it. But I don't know, it should be pretty cool. I hope it is.
Interesting. And Dizzy coming in asking the question, how much is it? Can you get it as an audiobook? Well, you can. Jesse has got it as an audiobook.
I was going to say, I've got Spotify Premium, and it was just part of it. I didn't have to pay any extra, so.
Nice. That's nice. Yeah. The looking on Amazon, it's currently, for a hardcover, it's $50 Australian, so that's probably about $30 US or something, or $25 US. Yeah. Just a bit of to pick up that. But I wouldn't say dates, because here, on Amazon, it's saying you'd get it December 11th. So but that's because of Australia and we're far away and it takes forever to get things. But it's probably more. You could probably go into a bookshop in the US, I'm sure, and pick it up. But you could.
They'd have it. Yeah, they'd have it today. Yeah, they'd have it today.
Yeah. Oh, you're also. Oh my God! Literally. Okay, don't worry. Then do listen to our. Okay, it's $49 hardcover on Amazon Australia then, and it's $28 paperback. But again, the paperback you'll get November 18th. The hardcover you'll get December 11th.
I hate it because I want a hardcover, but I'm no longer.
Yeah. Or audiobook right now. That's how you can get it. Yeah. Boom. Wow, I was really spot on then. Yeah. So good.
There you go.
Already lined up as a Christmas present. So good. Perfect. I'm a Burnian. So good. I love it. Getting more Aussies in these chats. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So good.
I think I've seen Disney one before.
Is it? Yeah. I did. Yeah, Dizzy's. I feel like being around so good, Dizzy. I think you have. Yeah. That's it. But yeah, it was really interesting hearing you kind of explaining the sort of connectivity to it. Of Charles's Vader comics, sort of was kind of inserted into that sort of time period. It's cool. It's cool stuff. Publishing, Visions is out, and then apart from that, it's kind of just this odd period right now of waiting for Mando next year and getting random Starfighter updates. That's pretty much just what's happening for us in terms of news, which I'm still even baffled by Starfighter existing, honestly. I'm like, is this a real movie? This is everything I see, I'm like, oh, this person has filmed, or, this thing is finished, or da-da-da. Everything I see, I'm like, oh, this is they're really doing this movie. It's so funny. I know,
it doesn't seem real at the moment.
So odd. It's also the Ryan Gosling aspect of it. I think a little bit for me still. I'm like, how? Why? What are we doing here? But we shall see. What are your thoughts? Because were you in the Mando panel at Star Wars Celebration? The first panel when they announced it.
Yeah. When they brought him out.
What was your immediate? Yeah. What was your immediate reaction to the announcement of it? I feel like we haven't even talked about this.
Well, I think because the rumors are already pretty strong, so I sort of assumed it was going to happen, and I think if you go back to like my vlog, and I think I did it as a clip as well. When they brought out Sean Levy, you could hear me in the camera. I was like, they're about to bring out Ryan Gosling, aren't they? And then like 30 seconds later, they bring him out.
Wow. So you heard a rumor of it?
Yeah.
I hadn't heard it. Interestingly.
Really?
So I was like gobsmacked when it happened. I was like, Sean Levy, Ryan Gosling, what the fuck? Like, I was blindsided. I was like, what on earth is happening? I had no idea.
It might have been on Twitter. I spend a bit of time just scrolling Twitter because there's a lot of basketball news and like everything that happens in sport and stuff, and even Star Wars sometimes. First rumors and that come out on Twitter. That's my sole reason.
Yeah, maybe it might have been. I had a big like Twitter hiatus for like a good like 9 months. Maybe it was probably that I skipped over. But
I'm still stuck in two boats because like I think he's a really good actor and that sort of thing. They even showed at Celebration, you know, he had like the Empire Strikes Back bed sheets and that. I think his mum sent in and all that. Like,
that was
you can tell you can tell he's a fan. But then I suppose at the same time, you know, it's really rare for like Star Wars to have big actors that have made their name elsewhere. Like you've got the outliers like Samuel L. Jackson. Liam Neeson did like Schindler's List, but besides that, you know, hadn't done anything massive, I think, from memory. But a lot of actors, you know, when you mention their name, the first thing that you'll say is Star Wars. So I think, it'll be a bit weird, I think, having like, because I suppose that's the risk, isn't it? You know, you might have him sort of distracting from the film itself. But like, I don't like to make my judgments too early because I want to see the final product and everything first. But yeah, I'm sort of stuck in two boats at the moment because he's a fan. I think he'll do a really good job. And then the other side is because he's so big, you know, could that sort of distract from the film itself and what's going on? But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I definitely think like the more I've been like thinking about the movie, the more I have realized and sort of expect this movie to feel like Solo. I think even to like the story and sort of it's just this action, like as much as we knew it was Han Solo and that's something we're familiar with, the actual movie itself felt very unfamiliar of the characters and like how it was sort of told, this sort of very classic action style. I think that's how Starfighter is going to feel as a movie, where it's like, okay, we're in the Star Wars galaxy, but this is totally unfamiliar territory, which might be good, might be odd, might be, you know, it really could go any direction. I agree. Wait till the final product is to, you know, where we'll make our judgments. He's a good actor. He's been in a lot of stuff, but you know, will that kind of just be too blinding for sort of the story to come out? Interesting. Thought Solo was a poor movie. Solo's such an interesting movie. I like want to do a whole like hour like dissertation on like the Solo movie. That is not a movie I think of often, at all. But so that's why I'm like, I kind of liken it to Starfighter in this sense of being like, it's just this like, it's not like technically bad, but it's just like it's just this very standalone movie. Yeah, Solo's interesting. What do you think of Solo? Did you like it?
It's not high like rewatchability for me, but Jeremy Bloor-Mandalore actually sort of changed. I didn't really have bad feelings towards it. I was just really neutral. But his view of it is like, because it was meant to be done as a trilogy. He's like, if you view it that way, and he's like, if you view it that way, it sort of changes how you look at it. He's like, if it was done as a trilogy, it would have been really good. And it's like, you know, because it leaves you on such a cliffhanger almost, because you like Maul's in it. It's like, where did Maul come from? We know kind of, but it would have been really good to see that arc continued. I think I'll go back to the comics because they actually sort of not finish Kira's story, but they tell a lot more of Kira's story in a couple sets of comics, and it shows how Maul trained her and that sort of thing. Because she got between Empire and Return of the Jedi, she got very close to like defeating Vader and Palpatine. It was crazy.
How?
It was that's what I mean. How? She basically united like the whole underworld, the Knights of Ren, without like before Kylo, obviously, like the old leader of the Knights of Ren. They walked into Vader's castle and like stole a key to something. Did they do it Kenobi style, where they just like hid under someone's jacket? They should have done it that style. No, they just walked straight in because Vader wasn't
Oh,
there.
okay, even better.
Yeah,
Okay.
they walked straight in.
Fair.
But it was to the point that like Palpatine himself came and fought them, like brought out his lightsaber. Like you never see that. Like, yeah, they were like this close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
But yeah, I just would have loved to have seen that arc continue on the big screen because I think what they could have done, with like Maul and Kira and like Solo as well would have been cool. But I suppose the time period it came out as well wasn't great.
CG's got that good point.
Many things coming out.
It was kind of an odd time for it. And Crunkburger, what you've said is exactly how I feel about it. I keep forgetting that I've seen Solo. Like it's so odd. It's like it's a whole entire Star Wars movie that like just is not talked about, and I just forget I've seen. I'm like, oh yeah, I know that story. That's right.
Woody Harrelson.
But Woody Harrelson's it. The cast is crazy. Is Woody Harrelson? That's right. Woody Harrelson's in Star Wars.
I know.
So weird. So weird. Yeah. But yeah, I had a few things to just jump in and say about Solo.
Yes.
The Kira stuff really hooked me. I loved that. Shout out to one of the masters of the channel, Master Saj, actually mentioned this in our live show that we did on Monday. Was one of the biggest faults of the recent shows and things is that Book of Boba Fett didn't have Kira in it. If they made Kira the big bad in Book of Boba Fett, would have been so sick. So think of like the Pike story and like Tatooine's in disarray because of crime. Imagine if at the end of that show it's like Book of Boba, like it's Boba Fett versus like Kira, who comes to Tatooine to be like, I'm Crimson Dawn, like I'm going to kill you all. You know, how cool would have that been? Anyway, so I think about that all the time. So that's one thing I just wanted to mention. And the second thing I wanted to mention as well is just on your comment of the fact that it should have been a trilogy. One thing I really like to sort of think about is that fact is that they should have done, this obviously Han Solo setup movie. I also think they should have had Billy Lord, so Carrie Fisher's daughter, as a young Leia, tell a young pre-New Hope Leia story. What's his name? Jimmy Smits back as Bail Organa. Have a bit of a story there of how she became to be so much part of the rebellion and this kind of young Leia story. Yeah. And they could have done it with Luke as well. I know everyone says Sebastian Stan, who does look like him. Yeah. But I think the guy that they got to do for the doubling in, I think it was Book of Boba or sort of like, I think he looks like Mark. I forget that actor's name, but he was cool. But yeah, I would have actually super loved if there was these like prequel character movies of like Solo. I think it should have been called like Solo movie, and then Organa, and then Skywalker. I think they should have had three.
That's a great idea. I like that.
I know. Thank you. I know. I think that would be super fun. Thank you. That's why I'm here. Let's jump into some of the soupies that are coming on through. Thank you so much for your generosity. Before we jump into the other questions, $5 dues coming in from Master CG. Sounds like there's plenty of light left in the Force tonight. Oh, that's beautiful, CG. There is. There always is. Be a force for good, as Diana Lee would say. There's always something to enjoy with Star Wars. I think just as easily as you can go, you mentioned before, if you go on Twitter and go on Star Wars, you can kind of just be insane and be a shit show. There's always something to celebrate, I think, past or present of Star Wars. So thank you for noticing. I hope it is good. Alexander coming in with a $5 dues. Claudio Miranda, the cinematographer for F1 and Top Gun. Have you seen either of those movies?
Saw Top Gun. I haven't seen the F1.
Saw Top Gun? Okay.
Saw Top Gun, yeah.
He's doing it for Starfighter. I think the movie's going to look like those two movies. I feel like we should both study up now and watch you watch F1 as well. I'll watch both of those movies. I haven't seen either of those. But yeah, I did hear that, and I love that they're sort of adopting this very much this is Star Wars Top Gun. It's they are going for that vibe. I do see that, and it's showing it. Hey. Yeah. Any thoughts on that? Any extra thoughts on that?
I think that could be. Yeah. See, once again, you get the two boats because it's you'll get some people saying are they trying to do too much? They stepping outside what we sort of know with Star Wars. But I'm kind of hopeful for because I haven't seen the F1 thing, but the Top Gun vibe could be really cool. If they do it how I'm sort of remembering Top Gun, because I watched it when it came out, like 3 years ago or something. But if they went for that vibe, it could be really like fast-paced, exciting, that sort of thing. I thought it was a good film, Top Gun. Yeah, no, I think that could be, if they do it how I'm sort of thinking of it, that could be really cool. That could be, yeah, it could be, yeah, if it's done. I mean, it's everything though. If it's done right, it'll be good. But yeah, I'm kind of, yeah, that sort of excites me a little bit. It could go completely pear-shaped, but yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
because I think there's with the films that we watch, it's not like whether we like something or dislike something. There's so many different components to make that up, and so it's like, we often talk about like the director or like the lead actor gets the flack, or like, but it's like there's so many specific things. Like I think the writer's the most important. And then I think, things like cinematography is also very key. Things like production design is very key. Like there's certain jobs in the film industry that I think we need to look at who's doing what to be like, I like this. And this is like, this is what makes a good looking film. So yeah, I think cinematographer, not we shouldn't flick over that too fast because I think it's cool. And also, yes, to Dolly Doos, thank you, CG. I just realized, yes, he did show us a AI song the other day, and there's Light Left in the Force is actually a part of the AI song that he showed us. That's what I'm remembering now. I'm like, oh, okay, yes. Thank you, CG. Thank you. Oh, so good. But your other one as well, another $5 from CG. Soule wasn't phenomenal, but it also wasn't horrific. But it came out way before. Had it come out way before the sequels, it would have had a better reception. Also, Mr. Soupy, did I? I think I caught them. I think I caught them now. It's I totally agree. I think the placement of Soule does have a lot to do with it, and that would have been interesting. Imagine, let me hit you with this hypothetical, Jessie. What if Disney took over, sort of everything happened as it did, and Soule was actually the first project to come out. They acquire it in 2012, and like 2014, out comes the Soule movie. Do you think it would have had a different reception?
I think so. I also think, because I was going to touch on that again, it wasn't just like the Star Wars things that came out after. It was what else was out in the cinemas when it came out. Because you remember, it was one of the Avengers, was it Infinity War? I think it was Infinity War. So Ant-Man was out. Like there was a couple of bigger films out. So, I don't know, like I'm sure there would have been a few, but for families and that going, they might only go once or twice. And, Solo might be third or fourth even on the list of some people going to the cinemas at that time. But no, so say Solo comes out, 2014? Even if it came out after sort of Force Awakens, I think it would have been fine. So sort of that 2014, 2015, 16 period, I think it would have been, I think it probably would have been a lot better. Yeah, no, that's a good shout.
I think it's fair. Yeah. I think it's would have done remarkably better. I think, what did it made something obviously super low. It didn't make up a lot. It was like under 200 million or something. It was something, under 300 million or something, which is really low for Star Wars. Seeing as all the sequels made $1 billion, I think, except for Rise of Skywalker, because that movie was like super expensive. And again, to this like trilogy idea of like, I think like I think the best, craziest setup would be if Disney took over, they committed to the 3, legacy characters and committed to making all those movies. And if the first movie that came out was called Skywalker, A Star Wars Story, and it was about young Luke Skywalker, and then with the Solo movie, and then with the Leia movie, and then obviously I think if that happened, that would, as time goes, like sequels would have looked very different. I think would have been told very differently. That's a great question. I think it would have been very different. But yeah, those are good soupies. Jumping back to the regular chat now. Jumping in. What are we talking about? Actually, speaking of rumors, as we were mentioning before, have you seen this rumor kind of about?
They're changing it to a series now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I'm sort of shocked at. maybe I should message my dude about this, because I was like, is this real?
Yeah.
Is it, how valid is this? Because I sort of was under the impression that Starfighter was the sort of appropriated kind of amalgamation of Rogue Squadron into a different looking movie but similar storyline. I really just was under that impression this whole time. But then this rumor has come about that Rogue Squadron has been reinvented into a series of sorts. Thoughts on this? What do you think of this?
It seems it's that thing that keeps lurking around, isn't it? Since like, was it December 2020 when all those shows and that got announced, like Obi-Wan and Ahsoka and the Orlando show and a droid show and Acolyte and all that. It's just, it keeps lurking around, doesn't it? Like, it was meant to be a movie, and you know, you had Patty Jenkins there, and then it just died. Like, what, it was off, and then it was on again, but nothing was happening with it, and then it died again. Like, we didn't hear anything, and now it's going to become a series. Like, it just keeps lurking in the background.
Yeah, which it must be such a it must have characters we already know that are important, or it's just a really good story of a new Star Wars sort of area, because it's like, it must be quite interesting for it to sort of be still in conversations with people at Lucasfilm to be like, how else do we, you know, take the story treatment and kind of change it into things. But it's so interesting with when you get into the weeds of, you know, how these production and storylines come about, because there's been either sides of a story being changed for better and for worse within Star Wars in the past 10 years. Because you have Rogue One, and Rogue One, if you haven't, like, if you want like a 30-minute deep dive, go into the rewrites, reshoots, and retakes of everything about Rogue One. And Rogue One is iconically today quite a well-liked Star Wars movie between people who don't like Disney Star Wars and people who like Disney Star Wars. It's like ubiquitously, it's fairly like, that was a cool movie, that was great, oh, Rogue One, like it's kind of like that. But that movie had an insane amount of changes come in. Who did I hear this from? There was someone I heard this from, of like the entire final third of Rogue One was entirely different by the time they finished shooting the movie. And they had, I think that's when Tony Gilroy came in, and that's when his relationship with Star Wars first started. And there was something about, this was unknown, but Dave Filoni was actually involved at that point as well, coming in, rejigging the story completely, and the whole Scarif thing was never on the cards, but then it came in like well after like production, and it's this whole thing. Again, if you want a 30 minutes or something, or even like an hour deep dive, go just look up Rogue One rewrites. So that's that case where a story that was pitched, that happened, went into production, but then had, you know, writers, different directors, different production people come in, step in, change things a bunch. But it actually, in the end, was okay, because everyone still likes that movie. And it's like, oh, that movie is still cool. It's still great. But then you obviously have the flip side of that, where I feel like you have that with the Book of Boba Fett and also Kenobi, where you have these story ideas, you have these story pitches. You probably know the name of the guy who first pitched the Kenobi movie. He's an Aussie. Yes, that guy, you know, he first had this treatment of this story that sort of kind of went through the ringer and came out as the Kenobi show, which, you know, is what it is. I'm a fairly big fan, but there would have been ways to make that show a lot cooler. And I think it also should have been a movie. So there's also examples like that, and also Book of Boba Fett, where it's like there has been step-ins as the show has happened or as the story has progressed that hasn't benefited it and hasn't made it better, quote unquote. That was a long ramble. Does that make sense? Do you get what I'm putting down? Do you agree? Where it's like,
I'm with you.
Yeah, it's like sometimes it's great, sometimes it's not great for a story. So back to the whole Rogue Squadron thing. Is that good that this story has been around for so long and it's changed so many times? Don't know. Thoughts to add to that?
Thoughts, feelings. Yeah, I don't know. It's an odd one, isn't it? Because I mean, it's something we'll only probably find out if we do get it, and then like a couple years after that, we'll find out. Oh, there was all this concept art for what we could have gotten, or there was all these potential storylines and that. But I don't know. It depends. Yeah, it's because when's it actually meant to be set? What do we actually know about it?
Literally nothing. It was. I
No,
think all we
literally
knew
nothing.
was like it was an X-wing something. So
Yeah,
that's why I was like,
yeah.
how is this not Starfighter? Is this not Starfighter? But oh well, maybe it must be different. Must be different. Alexander, $5 dues. You know what? I'm thinking. I'm actually thinking. Maybe I heard this from the adjacent source that I know that I think said this. So because I think people were under the impression that Dave did the hallway scene. He didn't direct that scene at all. But I think on the back end, he did actually come and do something about the story. But I don't think it's that well known or talked about or something. But yeah, he didn't rewrite any, like directly have credit to rewriting it or shooting it, because that was Tony Gilroy. You're absolutely right. The original version was terrible. Yeah, there was something about the ending was completely different. Carter, we should do a deep dive on that and be like, what was that different ending? What was that? I don't actually know what that was. But yeah, good input, Alexander. Love it. Yes. So hang on. What did you just say before I brought that up?
Well, I was going to say,
what was going to be about?
Yeah. What was it going to be about?
I think it was just X-Wings, eh? Because it was just that. Have you've seen that cool Patty Jenkins teaser for it? Was it right?
Yeah.
You had seen that.
Yeah.
I want to bring that up again. I feel like I brought this up on a stream recently, but I just want to watch it again because it was like, this is one of the coolest teaser things that they put out, and it's. I feel like people forget that this happened. I muted myself. Hang on. Let me bring this up again. If you forgot that this was released, this is the original, like, Rogue Squad. Again, like you said before, I think this was like 2020.
Yeah.
Let me get the music off for this part. Let's take you back to 2020 when this was announced. Hopefully it's not too loud.
I love to move fast and speed of any kind. I think that that's because I grew up the daughter of a great fighter pilot, and every day I would wake up and go outside and look up, see my father and his squadron taking off and their F-4s roaring across the sky, and it was the most thrilling thing still I've experienced in my entire life. So when he lost his life in service to this country, it ignited a desire in me to turn all of that tragedy and thrill into one day making the greatest fighter pilot movie of all time. But try as I might and look as I did, I couldn't find the right story ever. I kept looking and looking, but I just couldn't find the right one until now. Now I found a movie about two things I love. So I'm going to see you very soon.
Oh, that logo! Come on, so good. Let me just pause that screen while we chat about this. Yeah.
Wow.
You remember this? How good was that?
Throwback. My God. That gives me major Top Gun vibes. So yeah, that sort of puts me on the same page as like Starfighter being like that. Yeah, because that's like big Top Gun vibe, sure.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, it's like literally goosebumps. And yeah, there's so much to like kind of in a sense dissect about this video. One of my favorite things is like the first thing she says is like, I've always loved being fast and moving fast. And she's rollerblading. I'm like, that's so good. Like I love that. It's like you're just rollerblading. But you know, obviously she's talking about planes or whatever. And this just sort of just impassioned and personal thing that she's saying, you know, her father was a fighter pilot. She has this deep connection to this story, and how she loves, you know, obviously her lineage and but also obviously she says I love two things. One of them, the other one being Star Wars. And it just like how passionate she was to like tell a story like this.
I know.
I just how did this not happen? How did this like?
Now I want it more now. That's a throwback.
I know, right? It makes me think the whole hump for Ben Solo deal. I wonder if this got a similar treatment. Here we go. I'm going to start a conspiracy right now. What if this had the similar experience? What if it's a case of Lucasfilm said, we love this. They clearly went to the effort of freaking making this little teaser thing.
Yeah.
Lucasfilm clearly loved it. And maybe in the end, because okay, well, let's timeline this. Yeah, this was like dropped. Hang on, when was this dropped? 4 years ago. When was that? I don't know when. Okay, December 11, 2020. Okay,
We're a month away from 5 years.
Yeah, wow, there you go. There you go. Okay, so let's crackpot this. I think.
Let's do this.
Yeah. I think.
The whiteboard.
Yeah. I almost want to do that. I almost feel like it's actually going to help. Okay.
I get to be on a stream with the whiteboard, guys. This is bigger than Hannah.
Everyone always is like, "Oh my god, the whiteboard." That's so funny. It's like it's a character now.
Yeah.
Oh my
it's a key
God.
part of Ray lore.
Again, the brain, I love it. Okay, so if we're saying, can you Google something for me as well while I do this?
Yeah, I'll be a search
Can
engine.
you Google when Bob Chapek came into being CEO of Disney? Because that switched over at some point. When did that happen? Because we can figure, I can kind of be like, this is who to blame for this movie not happening.
Disney Wiki, this will be good. He became, here we go. He became CEO on February 25, 2020. And then he got fired.
Okay.
He got fired on November 2022.
22. Okay. Bob Chapek was 2020.
Yeah.
To 20. Oh, what am I doing? 2022. Okay. And then either side of that was Bob Iger. So either side of that. So how did this run? I know. So Bob Iger obviously was like, hey, streaming Disney Plus, let's make it, right?
Yes.
So that's when like 2019 Mando comes out at the same time as Disney Plus. It's like a major success. They're like, yay, let's make 10 of these. So they like announce like 10 more like Star Wars shows, right?
Yeah.
But then, and that's by 2020. But then 2020 is when, so that's, this is all under Bob Iger. Bob I. But then Chapek comes in and says like all the shows are in sort of production while Bob's, like if you think about it, like, Book of Boba Fett, Mando 2, Kenobi, Ahsoka's being written, like all those shows, that's all in production. He can't really like rip them out at that point.
Yeah.
But it's when, in this period of 20 to 22, Bob Chapek is the one that's like we want to go to movies and we want to like do things. Oh, hang on, I'm getting my. Oh, it's so hard that they're both called Bob. My God,
They're both called Bob.
Jeez, this is so hard. So, who canned it then? So maybe Bob was saying we don't want movies, and then Chapek wanted it, and then no. I think Bob said yes to Rogue One, and then Chapek said no. I think that's what it is. Yeah. It's
So.
Yeah. If it was 22, I think. Bob said yes. Bob Iger, I should say, said yes to Rogue Squadron, and then Chapek came in 2020, and said no to Rogue Squadron.
Yeah. So Rogue Squadron. Yeah, so it was at Star Wars Celebration 2023, Lucasfilm officially confirmed 3 upcoming Star Wars movies and made it quietly clear Patty Jenkins' Rogue Squadron has been cancelled.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because Chapek didn't want movies. Because obviously Bob was the one that was like, Rogue Squadron, yes. And then...
So that would have been announced like 6 months after Chapek got fired. Because he got fired in like November 22. This got announced well, like when they made it quietly clear at Celebration that year. So that would have been like 6 months after he got fired, but it could have already been done. Like in
I was like, I feel like in that tenure though for Chapek, I feel like it's in that period though.
Yeah.
He says no, and also talking about Hunt for Ben Solo, that was Chapek that said no, right? Or was that Iger that said no?
I thought it said everyone's been going after Iger. But
I feel like it should have been Bob then. Chapek.
Yeah, no, that's actually a great point.
Bob.
Sorry, let me just get that article up, because that's actually a great shout.
Hunt for Ben Solo. Because I think Chapek is known for the one that didn't like movies and was like, no more movies.
Yeah, okay.
And was like, make everything a show. And then Iger has come back in 23 and said, hey, we need movies back. And that's when, because Iger came back in 22, and then it was Star Wars Celebration 23 when they're just like, it kind of felt rushed. It was like, oh, we have like 1 billion movies we want to make.
Yeah.
It felt like a rushed thing, when I think that was Iger coming back in.
So Adam Driver said, I had been taught, so I was always interested in doing another Star Wars. I'd been talking about doing another one since 2021. Kathleen had reached out, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, so it was sort of, the idea of it started in 21, but how long does it take to get a script and all that?
I think it was in development for 2 years, so it must have been either end of 22 or start of... Yeah. Must be an Iger thing. Okay, that's interesting. I think maybe that's an outlier then. Maybe that's an outlier of that it was Bob. But I think... Yeah.
I was going to say, sorry, he literally says, lower here, we took it to Bob Iger and Alan Bergman. They said no.
Okay. So, yeah, that must have been in his period. But I think, Chapek was the one, I think, really pumping out, let's make 1 million shows of everything. Yeah. And then Bob comes back in and says, let's not develop any more new shows currently, and let's get the Star Wars back on theater, in movies. And I think that's why there was that sort of rushed. I don't know if you felt that too. I just felt like it was rushed. Like, hey, here's 3 movies. All 3 of those are sort of near not happening, except for Dave's movie. From what I've heard, Dave's is still definitely happening, written in pre-production and like ready to sort of shoot once they've kind of like next year maybe, like once they've kind of really done with Ahsoka. Okay. So that's the only one that I'm like, hasn't had any pause. I think that's maybe just been delayed, but no pause on it.
Yeah.
But I think Bob was has come back, kind of stopped the development of shows. And I think that's maybe Iger was the one to sort of stop the momentum of like maybe a Kenobi season 2 or Book of Boba season 2. I think maybe he stopped those. Yeah. I don't know, but yeah, it's easy to pass blame on these people. Oh, anyway, that big ramble to say Rogue Squadron isn't happening, but it might be a show.
That's what she meant.
Oh, it's interesting.
There's no shelf. Yeah, so Patty Jenkins. So out of all those movies that got shelved during Chapek, Rogue Squadron made it the farthest. I don't know how far it actually made it, but apparently, they got the furthest. But then, got shelved.
Oh, yeah, the whiteboard. It's iconic. It's its own character. Okay. It is happening. Remember Adam saying he and Soderbergh wrote it for 2 years and he had the script and took the pitch spot by Iger. Yeah, it was Iger that said no. Yeah. Still going, there's still that campaign going around for it to come out. I'm still for it.
Yeah. I'm big for it.
Yeah. Like, I'm not going to die on the hill of it, but it's also like, that would be a sick movie. Adam Driver is a great actor. It's just like, that's just what it is. It's just like, objectively, that would have been cool, I feel.
Yeah.
Yes. But anyway, what else have we not covered today? We've gone on a rampage, you and I. This is wild.
DG says, keep talking. He's packing for something.
You're not done packing? Okay, all right. We'll have to keep going for you then.
There was actually, I was thinking of something Diana said, and it sort of almost changed a little bit of how I view Star Wars. It was so profound. I don't know if it just spoke to me a bit more because it was the whole sports analogy or not, but she was like, we're all like, and you were there when she said this. She was like, I'm all team. Sorry, we're all team Star Wars, but she's like, you got to sort of, stick fat because she's like, you've had a couple losses and that, probably alluding to like the sequels and that sort of thing. But she's like, we're all team Star Wars, so you've got to. It's like, yeah, your team's had a bad season or a couple bad games or something like that, and I just thought that was I just thought that was so beautiful. I don't know, it probably spoke to me a bit more because obviously I'm sports and that. But I was like, that almost sort of changed sort of how I perceive some things sometimes as well with Star Wars. I just thought that was really, really cool.
Yeah, because it was she was sort of talking about it in the context of Star Wars fans and like how that all Star Wars actors and her, kind of her own perspective is why you need to treat all the Star Wars fans with like the utmost like appreciation and respect is that it just, and like you said, like as a fan is for their sports team, they might have a bad season, they might have a really bad game, they might not perform well and how you want them to perform, but it's like the fans stay there, like the fans stick there, and so you sort of have to as a team, as the creatives, back into the movie sense, you kind of have to keep rolling. You have to go, take the loss and keep improving. Yeah, I do remember her saying that. It's so true.
Yeah, that's sort of something that stuck with me. I thought that was really good.
It's a good way to. Yeah, it was a great analogy. Great analogy. A $5 do Soupy coming in from Rossi. Chapek pivoted from the movies to shows because of the pandemic, since most theaters were closed. Plus, he wanted to invest in the new streaming service. Yes, that's right. It was kind of this thing that like he wanted all the shows and do all that, and then I think the flip flop did hurt it a little bit because it was like Iger kind of starting all this stuff and then leaving in 22. All these shows were like about to happen. Chapek like pushing hard on that, and then Iger coming back in the middle of that. Like, I think that flip flop really did sort of affect it a little bit. But yes, I do remember now that Chapek was kind of like anti-movie in a sense.
That's sort of the sequels as well, isn't it? Because you've got like one director flip to Ryan and then back to JJ. Yeah.
That's true. It's like the same thing, eh? Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Good stuff for us. Who someone brought up something just before? I've totally missed it. Diana? Oh, I've totally forgot what I was going to say. Dizzy coming in. Thoughts on Star Wars Eclipse? I don't know. Is it still happening?
The trailer was cool. Was there something that came? Let me Google this. Was there something that came out about it a little while ago? I think it was just that it's still on. But I mean, that trailer we got whenever that came out was pretty cool.
A cinematic trailer. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I keep hearing mumblings of like, the team's still working on it, but I'm like, there's nothing official anywhere about it.
Yeah.
Like, it's just sort of like the developers associated with it are saying they're working on it, but I'm just like, is it like why, how, when, what? But also to answer just while Jessie's looking at that, your other question, Dizzy, they're so good. They're so good. Jessie's wearing one right now. We both have like a bunch of them. They're really good. They're great shirts.
6 or something.
Why they should sponsor us already? By the way, why doesn't Culture Kings sponsor us? Like we wear the shirts all the time. It's so good. Oh yeah, trailer was awesome. It was a good trailer. That Eclipse one. The Jedi game. That's another good point.
Yeah, a year and a half or so. Because they've been like 4 years apart.
Jedi game?
2019, 23. Yeah, 2019 was the first one. 23 was the next one.
Oh, and then that's so long ago.
I know.
How has it been that long? Oh, it's shocking.
I was talking
I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that.
I was talking to Isaac because he was like, I'm going to be like 21 when like it comes out. I'm like, dude, I'm going to be like 27.
Yeah. It's like we are old. Are we the same age? What are you now? Did we talk about this?
I'm 20. I turned 25 this year.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, did you have a late birthday? Yeah, I think we were.
Nah. I'm 2000. I'm a 2000 kid.
2000. Okay. We're not that far apart. Maybe a year apart. But yeah, it is crazy how far those games are apart. But I guess games take a while these days. And I feel like the whole like game development space is absolutely a shit show. Not to mention, like we will have 3 Jedi Survivor games, like Jedi Fallen whatever games, before we get GTA 6. Like, you know, like well, no, actually no, we will get GTA 6 before the third one. No,
if
no,
it
you know
doesn't
what?
get delayed again. If it doesn't get delayed again.
yeah, but yeah, so funny. But yeah, the game, like you can go into any game that like you like. Like I really love the Halo games. Like that's shit show. Like every game development company is like either laying off thousands of people or have like 100 lawsuits against them, or like, you know, poor workplace, not paying people. Like I feel like just every like games company is just crazy. It's just nuts. So I don't know. Yeah. Bit of limbo. Yeah, and even with EA, like they've been like bought out by like some other company. It's all happening.
I'm also wondering with the Jedi games, if like, you know, we'll get because everyone wants live action Cal, if it's going to tie into anything that's happening at the moment, if that might affect release date, and also like when's the because we don't know when it's going to be set. When do you think it's going to be set? Because the first one was 5 years after Revenge. Second one was 10 years, like same time as Kenobi sort of thing. I wonder when this third game's going to be set. Because I'm wondering if they're waiting for something to happen in Ahsoka or something, because we might get it even later. Like, who knows? I don't know.
I have the same sort of, again, back into like conspiracy theories. Like, my concept of like this story of this game not being finalized, and so maybe they can't even start like programming the game because there's some sort of story that Cal's connected to, that they want to connect to, that they haven't figured out yet.
Yeah.
Because obviously it feels very natural that the third game would be the final game. Well, it is the final game, but also whether Cal dies or not, I think would have been a big sticking point. Maybe EA wanted, you know, the character to die, but then like Lucasfilm was like, oh no, we want him like here and after. So maybe the development is just sort of going through the rounds a little bit, because I totally agree. Like naturally I go, okay, maybe it's like just before A New Hope. You know, what else do we have to sort of explore with Cal? Or it could like really jump. It could really jump further to connect to a show. You know, if Cal shows up in something we're about to get, like Ahsoka, even, you know, Mando, Grogu, stuff out. It's something crazy. You know, we see an older Cal somewhere, and then trying to connect that story, I'm sure would be a little tricky.
I'm so big on the concept of a hybrid order, a Jedi Night Sister hybrid order, if they were to do something together. I'm so big on that. I just think that would be so imagine where you could go with that. I just think that'd be so cool.
Yeah, I am loving this sort of Dathomiri focus of stories of late. I think I said this a few weeks ago on a show, saying that's so underrated. People are not realizing how much Dathomir stuff we are getting. Obviously, we're not realizing that. Like, I'm sure Dathomir is going to be a big thing in Ahsoka season 2. Like, that's where like Thrawn is like beelining to get back to Dathomir. We have Morgan Elsbeth, you know, being like the key a key part in all this. We have a lot of Asajj stories coming out. You know, we go back. We've been going back to Dathomir stories of the massacre with Morgan Elsbeth in Tales of the Empire. We also have obviously then Merrin in the games. It kind of like you're saying, being like this story of Dathomir, the Night Sisters, the Night Brothers, is sort of a big deal in Star Wars, and I like that idea. It's like, imagine if because I've always thought about what if they had a kid, and it's force sensitive, but it also has magic powers. Would be awesome.
Because what we got at the start of Tales of the Underworld real quick, when Asajj died and then came back. I'm wondering if Maul might visit there at all. I'm just wondering if we might see Maul in his show go there at all.
Oh, go back to Dathomir? That's a cool idea. That could absolutely happen.
I wonder if he might go for a little holiday home.
Maul back to Dathomir. Or would that feel too sort of already been there, done that? Because when we get him revived in Clone Wars, it's obviously Savage goes, finds him and brings him back to Dathomir. Like, would that feel too already done? Or
I'm just trying to think.
Still makes sense.
I'm assuming he knows about the massacre, because obviously he wasn't there or anything, but I'm assuming he would know about it. But maybe on the off chance he doesn't, for whatever reason, imagine he goes back there to, you know, like see everyone and everyone's just massacred.
That would be insane. And
I feel like he already knows though, but
yeah. I'm trying to just place the time periods of it. Tales of the Empire, when was like when we get that Dathomir massacre? Was that the end? That was the end of the Clone Wars, obviously. Pre end of Clone Wars, because
that was
Grievous was
just
alive.
picking up from the Grievous one. Yeah, so that was just her point of view of the Grievous massacre. Yeah, so that was
So
what
that was Clone
season
Wars.
of Clone Wars was that? Yeah, 5. What was 4? What season was that? It was 4 or 5, I think.
Because when was the last time we saw Dathomir in Clone Wars? It would have been season 4, and then we get like her flashback in like Tales of the Empire. So yeah. So it was just end of Clone Wars in Star Wars time, and then Maul show being I don't know if it's clear, but I think they say it's pretty soon after Clone Wars, if not the same time as Bad Batch, I've heard, or like a year after Clone Wars.
It's something like
ends.
that. Yeah, Sam Witwer said it's a year or two after. Yeah, a couple years after Clone Wars.
Yeah, I think it's that. Yeah, I mean, back to what we kind of were mentioning with the Soule movie, that sort of just loose end of Maul showing up. Yeah, I would really like if they looped the Maul show to Solo.
Yeah.
How would they do that, do you think? Because you were the one that mentioned that before. That kind of being open.
Well, I think it will have a lot to do with it, because it's going to show him, setting up his crime world and all that sort of thing. I'm really interested with the apprentice arc, though, how that will, because obviously she can't live. So I'm really interested to see how that would sort of develop, because that might give him the sort of, if she dies or whatever, that might give him the hold to feel, and then he looks to Kira to be that sort of next apprentice, because that is what you see sort of later on in the comics. He's really teaching her about the Sith and all that sort of thing, because I think that might be, I wonder if we might see that with the apprentice at the start. He wants to destroy the Sith or something, because that's what he ends up trying to teach Kira. Yeah, so that would be pretty fascinating. I'm really interested with that whole apprentice dynamic there with him.
Yeah, I think I totally agree, and I think the storyline they will go with it. It's interesting having my thoughts, but then not knowing what happens in the comics.
Yeah,
because I was under the impression, just as from a story standpoint, what could we see of Maul? What could we see him do that we really haven't seen him do? Because there was so much of him in the later seasons of Clone Wars. One of the things was, I think he needs to essentially fail as a master. I think either she dies, or she, in a very unceremonious way, kind of pisses off and was like, you're not teaching me that well. What are you doing? You're just like an old crazy guy in sort of a way. Maybe she turns on him or something. He needs to fail as a master. I think that's a storyline that he could go on. But that's interesting, his relationship with Kira then, because that's later on, I think, after we're getting in the show. But then this obviously leads up to, this is why it's more so interesting, because it's like we have the bookends of this character. We know how he ends. He's on Malachor. He's this pretending to be old and crazy, but he kind of already is. And then he says this weird thing with Ezra, and then he dies. So I like to see that this show needs to build up why he's lost faith in a sense, because he's just in the shadows, just being what do I do? And waiting for something to happen. And why is he not out there being this crime lord genius? I think we need to see him just, and that's his story is just constantly being beat down and constantly failing. So that's why I'm okay, if he has a Padawan, we need to see him fail again, essentially, as a Padawan. To the, bringing it back to the point of, what the hell did you just bring up before? I completely forgot. Oh yeah, Kira, Because do you see how that relationship ends of their relationship, Kira and Maul?
Oh, I need to go back and read the comics to actually see how it ends, but it's sort of flashback. I don't know if we do see it or not, but it's sort of flashbacks in Kira's mind to when Maul's teaching her about the Sith and how they operate and weaknesses and that sort of thing. I need to go back and read them. I'm not sure if they're saying, because obviously that's sort of the last point we see him before Rebels. And he's this crazy old dude on Malachor. I need to see if there is something there. I should go back and read them. There's two. There's Crimson Reign, and it's a set of 5 called Crimson Reign. There's another set of 5 called something else, but they're one big story.
Right, of her story. I don't think we'll get Vader and Maul, to be honest. I don't think we'll go there. I think it'll be very much just Maul, the Padawans, and probably some like old clones or something, or old Clone Wars characters we know. I think it'll be that. Do you think we'll see Vader?
No, I don't think we'll see him. But all I'm thinking of right now is a Legends comic where they fight each other.
Oh, do they? Oh,
Yeah.
in Legends, okay.
Yeah, some old Dark Horse comic they did like 20 years ago, say, but it was pretty cool.
Yeah, right.
But no, I don't think we'll see him.
Interesting. Vader kills Maul's Padawan. Yeah, she's either gonna die or like run away or something.
Oh, I'm thinking now. I'm just thinking now because I'm trying to think because obviously Palpatine knows Maul's out there. Like I really want to know what, because like you remember the last time we see Palpatine with Maul, you know, he's like Force lightning him and all that, but he's saying he's got a use for him. I would love to see what that was like. Like, what did Palpatine see as Maul's use? Because the next time we see him, he storms Mandalore again. So I'd be really interested to see, what that. I'd love to see what that was about. But then maybe Palpatine senses Maul's gone apprentice, so he's like, we can't let them, grow together and get strong. So maybe he does send Vader to kill him, because there is that fear there in Rebels, isn't there?
Definitely. There's he has fear, and I think there's something about Palpatine and Maul's relationship that is really well told through all the media, which is Palpatine essentially sees Maul as nothing more than a pest. In the early days when, in the Plagueis novel, we find Maul, and then we obviously see in the movie Phantom Menace he is just this sort of violent scapegoat for Palpatine to be able to use before he's like really fully in power and being able to manipulate a lot more. He uses Maul as just this like scary assassin, and that's just what he kind of builds him for. And then as it goes, obviously he goes away. Obviously Palpatine doesn't give a shit. But then I think from then, Palpatine just thinks Maul is a bug. The fact that he comes back, he's like, oh, I'm going to take over. Palpatine, he just flies to Mandalore and he's just like, come here, let me kill you, like with my double lightsabers. Like, it's nothing more than a cockroach to him. So I think in this show, it would be interesting if we do, see Vader and Palpatine at all, but then I think also to see Palpatine's reaction to him, because I think in a sort of surmised way, Palpatine would be like, get the bug spray out. Like, this guy, he's nothing. Like, he's pathetic. This Maul guy. Yeah. Because it's not like Palpatine's really scared of anyone, but he's definitely not scared of Maul, or maybe you're not even concerned. It's more about just like, let's squash this bug again.
Yeah.
I think Palpatine's relationship with him would be. It's an interesting point, though. Interesting thing to think about. Can't wait for the show to come out. I can't wait until a trailer comes out, and I can't wait to when they announce when this show is actually releasing, because I'm excited for it. It's going to be cool.
Big time.
It's going to be very cool. We have somehow yapped for over 2 hours, but it proves to how we sat for 2 days in a row on the floor for like 5 hours at a time, just yapping. We pretty much just did this as we talked about everything. That was so funny, so good. But I think, Jessie, this is probably a great time to start to wrap up the show.
I think so.
Get the music back in here. Do you wanna plug your channel again and plug your stuff? What are you working on? What do you got going on?
I'm Commander Jessie, CT Jessie. I do Star Wars videos, believe it or not. I do a lot of the lore stuff. Obviously, like, I'm big into the comics and the books and that sort of thing. So I like to cover them because I know they're probably not the mediums that like a lot of people follow. Obviously, they're obviously that's more the movies and shows and probably even the games. But there's a lot of really cool stuff I found in the books and the comics. So I love diving into them because it does, really add to a lot of the characters, like obviously like the 2017 ones with Vader and all that. There's a lot of cool stories. I like to dive into them. Hopefully share it with the masses and help people understand what's out there. But yeah, also like bringing the Australian element, which obviously we're able to do here today, which is pretty cool because, you know, Australia has contributed, you know, quite a bit. 2 of the films were made here. Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. I make some Star Wars videos here. I'm working on one at the moment.
Absolutely.
A theory, sort of like an educated theory video, I suppose, for Anakin and Balin, possibly in Ahsoka season 2. How that might happen. So working on that. That'll probably come out in a day or 2. So yeah.
Yeah, speaking of rumors, that's the other juicy rumor going around.
Yeah,
that fight. And how can that happen? I like it. So for your lore and news and lore and theory fix, head over to Jessie's channel. I've put it in the comments for those in the live chat right now. And if you're watching this after the fact, I'll also after the show put it in the description. If you want to head there, give him a sub and show him some love. So good. Aww. Yeah, Master's coming in mentioning, yes, Master's meeting. If you're a member of the channel right now, any tier member of the channel, we are having some exclusives for you in the behind the scenes of the channel with the Masters. The Masters are the top tiers of the channel. You might be a Knight or a Padawan. If you're those levels, you can watch our discussions that we've been having every Sunday night. The previous one, we went through Master CG and Master Sag. They went through their top 50 characters, and next week is going to be Master DB, and it's going to be Master Tony, and the next week there's even more as well. But this is sort of in response to that, and I think we briefly talked about this, that insane top 50. That insane top 50 that I think was, I keep forgetting, Empire Magazine, I think, did it? It was just absolutely crazy. So currently the Masters are going through their top 50s to amend that insane list. But again, if you're a channel member, or if you want to become a channel member, you can tune into those exclusively for the members. But thank you for reminding me. I totally forgot to mention those. Thank you. But yes, thank you again, Jessie, for jumping on the show today. This was so fun. This is one of my longest talking Star Wars I've had. This is so fun. Sorry. So great. I love that. Sorry, I apologize. That's great. So good. Like I mentioned, we're going to be doing a Star Wars Visions watch party tomorrow night for if you're in the US or UK, or tomorrow morning here in Australia. I'm going to try and crack through as many as I can of Visions Season 3. I think that is already scheduled on the channel, so make sure you tune in for that. Should be a lot of fun. If you haven't seen it or you have seen it, we'll still have a good time, I'm sure. I know I keep thinking, but thanks so much for being on the show, Jessie. Let's get on out of here. Appreciate you. And Jessie, because you're the guest today, do you wanna say the outro? What do people choose?
What do we say again? Always
how dare you?
The RaeSide.
Woo! Love it.